trevorrussell.com.au.
So how to make real sales from your elevator pitch. Sound interesting? Could be interested in how to stand up and get more clients and make some money? Would that be cool?
God, yes, that's why I'm here.
Very good, very good. I call you guys the 3% Club. Statistically, if you are working on yourself, wanting to consistently improve your skills and abilities, you fall into less than 3% of society. How's that? So I would like to say thank you for being bold, being disciplined, being courageous and being determined, because there's a thing called courage to come and do this type of work, especially with a loud mouth like me who's going to get you to jump and dance around and do crazy things. You guys ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Love this girl. What I'm going to show you today is I've been practicing this power to multiply money. And the skill I want to share with you today is about showing you how you can multiply your money. So shall we see how my skills are coming along? I've got this $5 note. And what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to yell out, grow money, grow. Come on, you can grow money, grow. Multiply money. Multiply. Okay, I'll get you to clap your hands. Clap. And let's see what we can do here. How's that? Is that pretty cool? I'll get another one.
Do something for me? Oh my God.
And in all seriousness, the ability to be able to effectively communicate what you do that has people be interested in what you do, right, sir? I've seen this guy speak. He's amazing, by the way. Learned a lot of you, whether you realise it or not. So thank you for being here today. It truly is a magical power, right, to be able to sit with a group of people and from a place of leverage and a place of time effectiveness to have people be interested in what you do and want to come and meet you and talk to you is a very cool thing. True?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we're in the right room. So let me ask you, today, who could be interested in learning how to more effectively speak about your business with passion and polish? Would that be cool? Okay. What about an elevator pitch that has people want to come up and meet you and even do business with you? Would that be nice? And how to overcome some of the fears that come to when it comes to speaking and talking about what you do. Anyone ever felt those? I know present company excluded. Does anyone know anyone who's ever felt fear around speaking to people and saying, oh my God, he's going to make me speak. I can't believe he's doing it to me. So we'll have some fun with that. Who's this guy, Trevor Russell? Well, this one, older shot, different hairstyle back then, so I've changed it a bit since then. A bit more like this. God, how's the suntan, hey? It's amazing. Okay, so would it be okay for me to just share quickly a couple of things about me, why I stand here today? Like all of you wonderful people, and I've spoken to a couple of you today, would it be fair to say that we have all been on a journey in life? And would it be fair to say that through that journey, it has given us some lessons, maybe about what to do, what not to do, or how to do things even better next time. True? Well, I've been on that journey just like all of you. I came from humble beginnings. I lived in Melbourne, normal mum and dad, everyday family. I had an interesting upbringing. My mother, in her wisdom, was a very strict woman, and it was very challenging growing up because unless I got it right, I was wrong. And that was a very hard thing for me to deal with growing up, because from that I hated going to school because I felt stupid, and with that added pressure put on me, it made learning for me as a child very challenging. And if this any of you can relate to this, this can be a very stressful place to live. And I went on, and at the same time my mum and dad were very loving and did their best, and I went on and studied art at school and did a whole lot of things. But I got to a point in my life where I realised I wanted more, and I wanted to go to university. I wanted to study business and marketing, and I thought I was too stupid, thought I was too dumb. And I actually went to see a counsellor because I'd stood up with a girlfriend at the time, and it was really, I suffered with this thing around value and worth, and it really, at the end of the day, all came down to this thing where I wasn't good enough. And he did amazing work with me, and it really changed my life. And what it really got me present to was that I really could do, be, or have anything that I really wanted, and it was just about having a go, if that makes sense. And we're going to stumble and we're going to fall. And I went on a journey, and I had a vision at the time to become a marketing manager. And at the time, I literally was a personal trainer and a male stripper. I honestly was. That's what I did. And I wanted to go to university. I wanted to be a marketing manager. And I had this vision of me sitting in an office, typing on a computer in a nice suit with my marketing team, earning $100,000+, and that was me being a marketing manager. God knows where that vision came from, that's the vision I got. 8 years later, I'm sitting in an office, typing on a computer, in a suit with a marketing team, earning $123,000 a year. And I sat, it actually gives me goosebumps thinking about it. I actually sat there and I thought, wow, the power of having a vision. And I want to share that with you, that's how I now do this work. I went on, I set a finance business up. This was the guy that couldn't read, couldn't write, couldn't add up 2 + 2. And I went and set up a finance business that I ran for 9 years, did very well out of it financially. And through that, I found that I had a passion to want to help people be better and get what they want out of life. And the GFC came and wiped me out. I had houses stacked on houses, if that makes sense, from a financial perspective. I was even saying to the ladies earlier, I bought my mum a home and I had to evict my mother because I couldn't afford to pay her mortgage anymore. And it was probably the hardest thing that I ever went through. But Mum and I got through, and oh, by the way, the whole stuff growing up, Mum and I got that healed too. We had many a chat and really did a lot of work together to get that cured. So I still think I'm a bit stupid now and then, but I just say thanks for sharing, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. So that's what I want to share with you today, is about having a go and having you have your passion shine and be the best speakers and business people and be the best at what you do. Is that okay? God, I talked way too long then. So there's this thing that we do, and it's called breathing, right? And it goes like this. So what you do, you go like this, you go. Can you guys do that? Again? And there's this other thing that we do, it's called smiling. Do you guys know how to do that? Very good. So shall we continue on? Okay. You guys all look a little stunned. Are you alright? Okay, very good. Okay. What's our little secret? What's your little secret? How's business? How's business, guys?
Great.
Great? Some good, some average, some I hate it. We could be all at different levels. What do you guys think about getting up and speaking in front of groups of people?
Exciting.
Excited? Awesome? Anyone else kind of maybe not like it as much? Hate it? Yeah. It's not for everyone, right? But we've obviously got some, we're all perfect, by the way, and we were talking earlier about this, about our own unique styles. Standing up here is not for everyone. It's not for everyone. But in saying that, if we are in the business of business, would it be helpful to be able to connect and communicate with people? So even at times, while I'm not a good accountant, do I have to do my budget and cash flow? I don't like it. Sarah? Jenny.
Sure.
Don't necessarily like it at times, but are there things that we need to do that will help us have more of what we want in life? Well, one of the things I've seen, as Andy said, is, and even Andy would be honest in saying, it's not necessarily one of the things that he likes doing that much, but you do it because of the result and the effect that you get to have on people and be with them. How about, could getting more clients and sales from attending meetup groups and networking groups be helpful? Would it be helpful to come to these groups and actually turn it into business? Would it be fair to say people go to a lot of groups and don't get any business? Very common. And it's not because you can't, it's very often just because you don't know how yet. So I want to share some stuff with you that will help you be able to, get some business from these type of events. Would that be okay? Very good. Okay, so I want to say it is possible. And Jenny here is Phoebe Greening, who was an accountant who was very, very shy, knew she wanted to be able to go out and get clients, and we did some work together, and she gave me this beautiful testimonial, which was after hearing Trevor presented a short 30-second intro to a networking event. I knew he was the man I needed to work with and make my dream a reality. I attended his speaker training course, and from there made the decision to work one-on-one with him. Trevor has provided me with the structure and support I needed to give me the confidence to market myself and develop an impactful presentation with the confidence and skill to ask the audience for the business. Could that be helpful? My goal was to do 6 presentations by the 30th of June. Trevor helped me connect with different groups and event organisers, and I already have 6 speaking engagements booked. Amazing myself that I could do it. Trevor's an amazing coach and mentor. He gave me the confidence and skills to catapult my speaking career, and would highly recommend anyone who desires to speak and promote their business, share their message, and set the world on fire to work with Trevor Russell. So really beautiful words, and might seem like I'm bragging a bit, but I work really hard at this work, and to get something like that from a lady who couldn't even ring her own clients to ask them to come in to review their tax returns, and is now speaking, for me, is life-changing. So from this work, she is now able to call clients. She's even out ringing businesses cold and asking, do they need an accountant? How's that for a transformation? So it is possible. Okay, a definition of being a confident speaker. Over to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. What do you think what are the characteristics and abilities of not just being an influential speaker? What comes up for you?
Passion.
Passion?
Have something interesting to say.
Have something interesting to say would be very good.
Knowledge about the subject.
Knowledge? So good knowledge about what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Some sort of offer.
An offer to take people somewhere?
Thinking you could call.
Good rapport? Yeah? Anything else?
About tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you just told them.
Exactly. And so from this, what I like to call is very, very good structure. You've got to know what you're doing up here. Like, where are you taking people? And it's a journey. And it's teaching people, and it's helping people to take them on a journey. And I'm going to talk to you about this a bit more. A couple of points I've put up. Being a confident, influential speaker has you be the authority in your field. If you're up here, you've earned the right to share what it is that you're doing, because it takes courage to call someone, put a presentation together. You don't have to be the best, but what I say is you have to be passionate and be willing to have a go. It builds superior confidence and ability to influence and motivate, because if you really want to work on your confidence and ability to communicate, go book yourself in and speak at a meetup group. I tell you, that'll put hair on your chest. Gain sharp, focused clarity in your communication by putting a presentation together, even if it's for 15, 20 minutes. Would it be fair to say that you'll focus and figure out what it is that you're going to do? That's where you'll really get great momentum from, because you sit down because you've made a commitment to your audience, which is, I talk about, it's not about us, it's about you. It's about giving value. Use of time and cost-effective leverage to gain many clients and massively increase sales and profits. Would it be true that us speaking to a group of people would be more effective use of our time as opposed to always one-on-one? It's a beautiful way to share your message, build value, and build relationships and gain new clients and business. And this I got from me riding on my bike one morning. Has anyone heard of an epiphany?
Yes.
I got an epiphany, and the epiphany was, and as you build the skill that is respected by the majority and only willing to be mastered by the minority, because it does take courage. Another little skill that I've been working on is the ability to read minds. And I just want to see how I go with this. Is that okay? So, Carly, Do you know what word I have written in here? Thank you, Carly. I'll give you a present later. I've got something here for you. The word no. The word no. Rejection. The no-nos to what makes weak, poor speakers. And I say to you lovely people today, after you get these points, you will never ever do this ever again. Okay? Say, Trevor. Trevor. I solemnly swear. I will never do these things. Ever again. Thank you. Doing what the 97% of people do. And I'm going to show you what the 3% do, so you don't have to do what the 97% do very shortly. Letting your emotions run you. Present company excluded. Does anyone know anyone whose emotions have run them on occasion? What do? I'm not going. I feel sick. Focusing on ourselves. What will they think of me? Oh my God, what if I did? I'm sweating, I'm hot, I'm cold, I don't know what, you know? All about us, we call it, as opposed to what can we do and give value. No preparation or practice. One guy, he said, I just like to wing it. It's like to show up and wing it. That's how I'm in flow while he's there shaking in his boots. No goal or intention. What are we doing here? Why are we here? Like, where are we taking you? How do we fulfill? Do we want to have you come and work out at our fitness centre? Do we want to work with you to help heal your heart? Do we want to get your finances in order? Do we want to have you take beautiful products that will improve your health and beauty and vitality? What are we doing here? As opposed to a nice chit-chat. Because many people go home having a nice chit-chat, very broke and unhappy. And by the way, when I talk like that, about broken and unhappy, I don't mean to be a pushy salesperson. What I talk about is we are in the business of building relationships. Do we all believe in what we're representing here today? Yes? Do you add value to people's lives? So would it be fair to say that you actually represent something you believe in? Very good. Because when you believe in something, this work is just a matter of how. It's when we're not believing in something and we're trying to represent it, that's when the heavy lifting is very hard. Telling everything and asking nothing. I went to an event I was speaking at last year, and there was a lovely lady, she's the CEO of this organisation. Oh my God, she could have killed a dog with how long she talked without a break or a breath. And you could see the audience after about 45 minutes, and she's just like a machine. What does someone say? It's like drinking out of a fire hose. You know, it was just coming at me non-stop. I said later, I said, Tina, you've got to at least ask 2 questions. Just so you can check if people are still breathing with you. But I've got so much to give, Trev. I've got so much information to give. So we want to connect with our audience and ask questions. Okay, no offer made to enrol or buy or do something. Filling a form, something. No debrief or review. Have a quick think about how you went, what you'd like to do better, what you'd like to change. No reward for your efforts. Back to the grinder. You know, has anyone ever known anyone that just works and never actually says, wow, if I look back on the last 6 months, look at what I achieved. Would it be helpful to reward yourself now and then? Don't necessarily have to get tanked for 3 days on red wine, but you know, a nice reward is maybe for some. Okay, so do you guys want to have a little fun with me? I'm going to show you a little speaker one-on-one training. Okay, so I'll get everyone to stand up. Okay, so you've all got 2 feet? Yeah? So what I want you to do is I want you to stand on both heels and hands out like this. And I want you to say with me, is this interesting? Is this interesting? Is this interesting? Helpful? Helpful? Who's with me? Who's with me? Who's with me? Is everyone with me? Is everyone with me? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all with me? Remember, pretend we're back at school. Is everyone with me? Is everyone with me? Thank you. Have a seat. You're now all speakers. Yes, thank you. Have a seat. Just get you guys moving. Okay, there's this thing we do. It's called breathing. Ready? And smiling. Give your buddy a little pat. We'll move on. We all good, guys? Are you with me? Have I got you deeply enthralled? Are you concerned about where I'm taking you on this journey? You all look a little nervous. I promise you. Just relax. Take the learning. We'll have some fun. Okay. This is how you're all looking a little bit at the moment. Not a little bit, actually. Would anyone have ever felt any fear around speaking and communicating? Come on. I feel scared right now being up here. It's an emotion, right? Do you guys want to know what fear is and how it came to be? Would that be interesting? Because when we understand something, then we can better manage it. There's an acronym which is false evidence appearing real. Has anyone ever heard that acronym? It's fairly commonly known. I'm going to give you a little bit of 101 psychology around fear and how it evolved and why we have it. And some of you may already know this. It might be a nice reminder, or for some of you it might be refreshing new information, helpful information. We have a brain which has a reptilian part of our brain. And the job of the reptilian brain when we first evolved off the savannah and we're out hunting for food was always to assess danger. Has anyone ever woken up and by the end of the day you've assessed so much danger you're exhausted? Can anyone relate to that? Should I do that? Shouldn't I do that? Should I call them? Should I drive? Should I stay? Should I leave? What if I do that? What if I ask that? What if that happens? What if he doesn't do that? What if she does that? Anyone ever lived in that world? That's been my morning this morning, actually. So all I'm saying is that is our primal brain constantly working for us to protect us very often from a perceived danger that does not exist. Standing at the edge of a cliff and thinking of jumping off is a very real danger. And it would be fair to say that if you felt fear doing that your brain is doing a great job protecting you. Would it be fair to say thinking about coming and standing up in a place like this could bring up the same emotion, danger, danger? Yeah? So understanding fear and what it does to us is a very important thing for all of us in our business, in our profession, because it's going to be there for a while. Because it's kind of part of who we are at the moment. It might get evolved out one day, but for where we all live as human beings, we have an emotion called fear. But with understanding, skill, preparation, practice, we can reduce the ability of fear. And you know what we can even do? You can even turn it into fun. When you get a good understanding of what fear does to us, you can turn it into fun. Can anyone relate to that? You know that feeling where you've gone and done something that feels really scary, and I call it walking through the matrix. You walk through the matrix of fear and you get on the other side and you look back and you go, oh my God, I made that phone call, I got that appointment, or I did that presentation. I was going to crap myself at the time, but at the other end, how elated do you feel? Does anyone relate?
Yeah.
That is why we respect so many people that we know are pushing past fear. They're making the calls, they're building the business, they're building the skill, they're doing the sport, they're losing the weight, whatever it is that is very hard to do. Do we have a respect for those people? Very good. And I want to share something more about that with you in a moment. But let's just have a look at what I call the monkey mind. It feels like a monkey jumping around in your head. Let's just see if any of us can relate to how the monkey talks to us. And I say, who runs the show? You or the monkey, or me or the monkey? I hate the feeling of rejection, so I'll stay right away from that, thank you very much. I'm not going to go up there and speak or go up to that person and talk to them or ask them what they do or see if we can build some sort of business. I hate that feeling of rejection, so I'm staying over in this corner over here and I'm not going there anyway. I go red in the face, I have an accent, my voice is too quiet, I'm in a wheelchair, I'm too tall, too old, too young, too skinny, too fat, too good looking, too ugly, whatever it is, the monkey will tell you. All of these things I could see all of you dealing with. I'm too good looking and I don't want to get up there because people are going to be intimidated by me. And I would understand that you wouldn't want to do that to people. But I promise you, people are very understanding. I can't present yet. I don't have 52 email autoresponders set up. Or I don't have my 12-page website with my brochure and my flip chart and my 48 videos. So I cannot get up and present yet. I know, again, present company excluded. Does anyone know anyone like this? Isn't this fun, looking at fear? If I ask them questions, what if they don't friggin' reply? Then where do I go? If they just stare at me, blank. If I ask them to register, they'll think I'm pushy and then I'll be in the shit. I need to prepare my presentation and practice. I wonder who's on Facebook. And why bother doing all this work? No one will be interested in what I have to say anyway. Does anyone know anyone who's ever dealt with these things? I'd let you know I've dealt with them and I deal with them too. So we're all human beings. So with managing fear also comes about being understanding of ourselves and that we're human and fear is there to protect us. So what can we do to reduce fear's effect so I can have you all come and do my workshop with Andy and myself and Rob and become masterful speakers? Would you like to know? Okay. I call it being the example. Carly, are you in business?
Yeah.
Do you represent a product or service?
Yeah.
I'm in business and I represent a product and service. So if I contacted Carly to talk about doing business with her, is that something that Carly should be doing on a fairly consistent basis also? So are we being just good examples of what good business people should be doing? It's that simple. I call it being the example. Because all of us need to be the example to each other. And this is what gets me through the tough days. The tough days where there's not enough money coming in. And I know I've got to go and create some new business and create some new clients or put an event on or call people and follow them up. I get it too, and I want to let you know what gets me through is saying, in my head, I'm in the business to be of service because I believe in what I represent and everyone I talk to believes in what they represent, so it's us all being the example. Is that helpful? Are some people going to say no?
Yes.
Are some people going to say yes? Exactly. But if we don't be the example and go after it, what will the answer always be? No. So I have this example thing around me everywhere, and it gets me through. And I was pretty good at what I did before, but when someone taught me this, it really upped it a notch because I think you're all probably already very successful. And all I'm saying is if we're at the top of the mountain and we've done all this work, built the business, got the education, out doing our job, getting up every day, going and doing what we do, is it hard at times? It's hard, right? It's hard work. You do a lot of climbing. And all I'm saying is I fully respect you for that. And what I'm giving you here is that last bit so you can get to the top of the mountain. And it's our philosophy, it's our tools, it's our mindset and how we manage what we do to have us get to the mountain. So, what can we do to upgrade our motivation to do more of this work? What can we do? I say, thanks mind for trying to protect me. However, I aim to be the example. Could you aim to be more of the example? Very good. They're in business, I'm in business. This is not about me, it's for them. I believe in what I do, I'm going to get up and I'm going to share what I do because it's about you, to give you value. I believe in myself and what I do. Some days more than others, but you get the point, right? A very smart lady said to me, you know what fear means, Trevor? It means to prepare. If you are really out there on a skinny branch and you are scared, hit the books, write your script out, do your presentation, figure out what you're going to say when you approach them and talk about your product and service. Prepare. It's not much fun preparing, is it? It can be a bit yucky, but it'll free our fear. Some will say no, but some will say yes. And when it all goes down the tube, I say, well, anyway, let's just see if I live. I mean, that's the worst case, right? You'll hit the deck and faint, and Andy will come and resuscitate me, and I'll probably get back up and go home, with all of you laughing at me. Okay, do you guys want to have some fun?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a little exercise. Gee, I should have enough here. I'm going to give you a little script that you can take home with you. And I call this speaking with a superstar difference. And it's a little process that I came up with that is to help you build better connections with your audience. Okay. Hang on a sec. Might get you guys there to share, and I will. Yeah. Is that okay if you guys, do that? But if you guys can both just look at that, and you can have a look, and I'll get you one if you want one. Okay. So it's called the 97%, all about me, and the 3%, which is what's in it for you. Can I give you an example? Can you guys relate to that? Okay, so hi, my name's David. I'm from XYZ Accounting, and we've been in the accounting business for 942 years. My great-great-grandfather opened the accounting firm, and we love accounting, and we're there for you. You can call us anytime. We do tax, we do super, we do financial planning, we do BAS, GST, and we love what we do. Thank you, and if you'd like to come and talk to me, come get my card. I'm happy to talk to you. Thank you. My name's David from XYZ Accounting. Exactly. So, and look, no disrespect to anyone, and we're having a bit of fun, right? But one way of doing things, okay? And then we have another way. Good morning. How you all doing? Good? My name's David, and I'm an accountant. I know, a bit boring, right? But here's the thing. What I'd like to ask you is, can I ask you a couple of quick questions? Who here hates paying tax? Seriously, who hates paying tax? Who here has no idea how to do your financials? You pretend you do, but it's actually a mess, and you'd really like some help. Great, well that's what I do. I take your frustrations and fears away from the aspects of having to manage your finances, your GST, all the stuff you hate doing, but it's very important. Do you get what I mean? That's what I do. My name's David from XYZ Accounting, and if you're interested in getting your stress taken away from doing your accounting, what I've got here is my 10 questions from frustration to freedom. And what I'd like you to do is, if you're interested in working with me, come and fill it in. Just tick the boxes. It'll give me a good understanding of how I can possibly work with you, and let's get rid of the stress, okay? How's that sound? Great, thank you. I'm David from XYZ Accounting. Hey, I'm a bit practiced. Okay, so what I've given you here is I've given you a little script, and it's literally fill in the blanks. Now, who'd like to do one? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to have a look at it, and if you want to fill in the gaps and come up and I'll coach you and we'll have some fun. What do you think, guys? Just spend a couple of minutes, have a look at it, see if it's worthwhile. I know it'll be worthwhile. And then what we'll do is we'll see who might want to come up and we'll have some fun with it. And you can ask me questions. It's an open, safe room here. We can share. And Jenny, the accountant, leaves the room.
Focus on
Yeah, you're already sorted, I know, Jim. Oh, yep. You got on there? Yeah. So just have some fun with it, guys. Hello, my name is. Would it be okay for me to ask you some questions? Who here could be concerned about da-da-da? Would like to possibly have less la-la-la? Would be interested in finding out how to have more da-da-da? Or even would like to know how to do ba-ba-ba? Well, in my role as a da-da-da, this is what I do. I provide the solutions to your da-da-da. Too much coffee on the way up here, I tell you. Are you guys okay? Are you with me? Is this helpful?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. I know it's a bit to take you.
Not changing.
Yeah, you're good, you're sorted,
No,
right?
you just.
Yeah.
I'll chat to you later, but.
Yeah, okay. Did you like David from XYZ Accounting?
Well, yeah, but there's very rare accounts as well.
I know. I trained all two of the accountants in the whole of Australia, and they're so busy now, it's ridiculous.
It's amazing those two people are here, Jenny and myself.
Well, that's oh, you're another accountant, sir. Very good.
I'm David.
David, hi, David. that would have been funny. And look, we've got to love our accountants, right? But geez, they're fun to have fun with, aren't they?
They're boring, they just count beans.
I know.
So, you know.
I'm training this guy at the moment. His name is Pat Robart, so he'd be happy to tell you. And he was that, and now we've got him on this side, and we joke about it constantly. So it's a funny thing. And he does the CEO accounting for the RSL clubs. So he's a big bloke, and he has a chat to the fellas, and they talk about accounting. But he's flipped it around. It's good. It's good. Okay, so who wants to have a go? Anyone? A few more minutes? You're not allowed to get up. You're too polished, buddy. Too polished. Sorry, too good. No, it's great. Excellent. I love how you're up in Brisbane. I can see with no villas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When you were talking about the when people ask what you do, so interested all these.
Yeah.
I talk about it as awesome.
It's really
It's so
simple, yeah.
Yes, down like this.
This one script made me in the last year over $50,000. This one script. Just getting up at networking groups, sharing what I did, over 50 grand, just by communicating this way. It does work. Asking questions that has people get present to their pain and that you are the provider of the solution. Do you get the difference? People do not care that we're accountants or sales trainers or speaker trainers. They want to know at an emotional level what we do to provide solutions to their pain. I'm on time, Andy. I'm on time. Okay, come on. Who's the person? Okay, come on, Beverly. All right.
This is going to be a challenge.
No, it's not. It's going to be fun, and you're going to have a great time.
It's going to be a challenge because I need distance glasses to see all these lovely people. But I
Sometimes it's better not to see them because you know they're there, and you can. So come and stand here. All right. Now, would you like me to coach with you, or you're?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll
Yep.
just, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we'll follow the bouncing ball.
Sure.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to give Beverly lots of respect. Okay, because she's up here having a go. And here's the thing. You don't have to apologise for anything.
No.
You don't have to say, I missed that bit. You don't have to do any of that. All you do is
I just take it until I make it.
That's right. Go through and let's follow the bouncing ball
Sure.
and have
Okay.
some fun. Okay?
Good.
All right, please welcome Beverly.
Hello, my name is Beverly Rowlett Richardson. Would it be okay for me to ask you some questions?
Sure.
Great, thank you. So who here could be concerned about your relationship with your other half in between your work and all your kids' activities?
Sure.
Some hands go up?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic, okay.
We pretend.
So, could you be concerned maybe about your stress levels?
Yes. All the time.
Okay. Would you like less stress?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. How do you sort of? I thought this was really good. Okay.
You're doing great.
Would you be interested to find out how you can get more work-life balance, but particularly as it relates to your other half and your intimacy with your other half?
Bring it on.
Whoa! What am I touching on here? Okay.
A lot of smiles.
Where are we? Well, this is my role. This is my role. I have a business called Heart of the Feminine, and I am a trained teacher in the art of feminine presence. Now, women, you can go, that would be wonderful. Men's eyes might glaze over, but remember, happy wife, happy life. Okay.
Oh, I just need to get a wife.
Whoa, how do you read the business? I have lots of women who come to me. Okay, somebody told me this morning I needed to start a dating service. Okay, what I do is provide solutions to your pain or your frustration when it comes to this kind of special parts of your life, getting this balance between not only your work and your business and your kids, but your relationship with your other half.
Beautiful.
Very important. So what I like to do is a pleasure to meet you and talk with you further. And I have an invitation. If any of you would like me to email this to you, I can do this.
Wow.
I am having a goddess gathering this coming Saturday.
Beautiful.
What is that about? Goddess gathering? Sorry guys, only for women. But it is about your feminine awakening. It's about how you can touch base with this beautiful feminine essence inside you. So, would this be helpful for any of you?
Definitely.
Sorry. Very good. Okay. I have about, I think probably maybe somewhere between 6 and 10 spots left. So, it's first in, best dressed.
Beautiful.
Okay. It will be a pleasure to meet you and to work out with you how I can actually assist you.
Wow.
Either through my service, which is these groups, or through personal development that I have on Skype. I have a feminine and fabulous coaching service, lifestyle coaching service on Skype. Thank you. My name is Beverly Richardson from Heart of the Feminine.
That's awesome. Joe. That's good. Here, I have a little present for you here, Beverly. We'll just take that off there. There's some money for you.
Oh, thank you,
That's
love
your
it.
contribution to your
Australian
welfare.
native koala.
That's it.
Not from what I heard about koalas today.
I know.
They're eagerly dropping it.
So,
Thank you.
did you see the magic in that? Yeah. It was pretty cool, right?
It just made me feel so easy to do.
Yeah. But can you see, like, we take people on a journey where we get to get present to them. They don't want to know about us. They want to hear about themselves,
Yes.
and find out and get connected to what's going on for them. And then we weave it in how we can help them, and then who we are.
Yeah.
See what I mean? And what a difference it makes. That was fantastic, and I really hope that you got some value out of that.
Oh,
That's
I
wonderful.
certainly did.
Did everyone else get some value from that? Beautiful. And so you've got that script there. You know, go away, take it home, and as we say, play and practice with it. And I say, you know, be courageous and use it. Use it. And I'll share with you in a little bit about some ways that you want to take this to the next level. We can talk about how we can help them more in this area. It's a script. No, we've done that. Okay. Just on the power of speaking. I call it the power of three, because it's a good thing that we speak and talk, but we are business people, right? And as business people, is it good to have cash flow? Yes? Is it good to see the money coming through? Okay. This is actually a business that I've rounded the numbers off, just to give you an indication of what they achieved. They were speaking to about 10 people a month, and they were doing a pretty piss poor job at it, to be honest, and they were getting about a 1 in 10 conversion rate. Not very good. And when you looked at how they were doing it, you could see why it wasn't working. So their average client was worth to them about $10,000 a year. Not exact numbers, but I've rounded it up for the exercise. So let's say that, if they were seeing one person a month, that's $120,000 a year. We took them through, we worked on their speaking, and the speaking structure applies just as much to one-on-one. We still take people through a very carefully structured consultation. It's like knowing how to connect, how to ask questions, how to build need, rapport, right, Jenny? And then we go into how we help them. Whereas when it's done ineffectively, it's like, hi, this is who we are, this is how we help you, shall we start? Connection and exploration must make up 90% of our process to build relationships. So we taught them how to do that. They put on some events, and from their event they had 30 people. They got their conversion rate up to 30%. Still not life-shattering, but it was a good improvement, 20% improvement. They got 9 new people. They got 9 new people, and they worked on their average dollar spent by how they were charging, what they were doing, and they got $13,000 in average dollar spent, which from one event gave them $117,000 as opposed to from a whole year. That's the power of speaking. That's the power of being able to effectively build relationships and enroll people into what you do. And that's just that's simple numbers. We know people who do great work. So would it be worth putting some time and effort into this discipline? Would it be worth it? Yes. Of course it would. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask you guys, what do you see as some of the learnings that you've gotten just in the 45 minutes that we've been together today? Some standouts, some ahas, some new possibilities, possible results. Just have a quick sharing with all of us so we can all hear where you're at. Jenny?
I think your bubbliness makes a difference.
Thank you. Oh, that's good to know. I hope I taught you something at the same time.
Yeah, we can do it.
Sarah, anything for you?
I guess it's just the importance of when you are in business that it's such a great skill to have, and if you learn how to do it well, like you're just soar. Yeah.
Beautiful. Jennifer?
Well, I'm putting on workshops, so this is very helpful to me, and I realise that I'm not building in enough interaction into things, so to give people a chance to ask questions and have feedback.
Yeah, it could be a good thing, definitely. Andy, just quickly, you're sharing on doing this work. Any quick new learnings or stand?
I always love that example. We all know David the accountant, and we can relate to David the accountant because most of us, that's our elevator pitch. We talk about what we do and what we offer. But we can see in that really simple example, David the improved accountant, how interactive that is, how much more powerful that is. And that works in the group situation where you get up and tell people the business. It also works in one-on-ones. When someone asks, what do you do? You don't go back to David, the old accountant. You go back to, well, what do you do? How do you think about this? Do you experience that? So you can interact with individuals as well as with the group. And it's just so much more powerful.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Isaac? You're dealing with people a lot on every day.
Yeah, I particularly like your analogy of drinking from a fire hose. That was my highlight there.
Yeah,
But I loved all of it.
So there's been some epiphanies in there.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's a great script thing. I like that script.
Beautiful. Okay.
The script was very helpful.
Beautiful.
A lot of confidence.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so often in life, it's not that we don't know how to do something. It's just we haven't always been shown how. And when I learned this information, and I'm sure you've learned it yourself, is when you learn hows, of doing things, everything can change, because it actually changes something from really grueling to actually fun. And that's when we really learn, when things are fun and how we can attach fun to it. And even for good old David, when he's over there, would it be fair to say that all of a sudden he's having fun because he sees the value that he's giving people, as opposed to how long they've been in business? So, what do I say? I say this is of importance to you, like anything that all of us are good at. Did it come from a decision? Did we decide we wanted to be a health coach? Did one day we decide we wanted to be an accountant? Did one day we decide we wanted to be a business owner? This is like anything, you can't skirt around it and kind of wing it. If you want to do it, you do it well, and I promise you there'll be a journey, but you will be 10 million miles ahead of everyone else just by making the decision, I'm going to get good at this, I'm going to work my script, and I'm going to start figuring out how to get better at this, because I'd like to make $117,000 from one event, or more. I say set your magic goals. I know we hear a lot about goals, but goals really are important. And however you articulate goals, whether it's a target, a point of measure, all I say is decide what it is. Decide how many people you want to talk to, how much money you want to make. They did pretty well, didn't they, those guys?
But he was absolutely exhausted.
Yeah. Because the accountant needs to go and count that now, don't they? Anyway, so deciding, even if it's one little group that you're going to have, or it's coming to something like this, or even if it's one-on-one, using this script. Baby steps in a new direction.
He's got it now.
Yeah, and it's about, I use the term waking up, because have you ever seen anyone and they're kind of going through life but they're kind of asleep? Present company excluded, but anyone know anyone like that? You know, you see them, they go to the networking events in the morning, have the nice cup of tea, chit-chat, and off they go, and nothing's really changed. And I just say, if we really want to get something, we've got to wake up and we've got to go for it. And it's going to be about sharing your passion. And here's the thing, you do not need to be the best speaker, you do not need to be the most articulate, you do not need to be the fittest, the skinniest or anything, but what I invite you to be is passionate. Because we all have something that we can be passionate about, and that's what I believe people buy. They buy your passion. And with that, keep training your monkey. You are allowed to be passionate, because the monkey will say, don't you be too loud, don't you be too passionate. What if you stand out from the crowd and they're going to judge you, and who will you be then and where will you be then? The monkey.
Stop it, the monkey doesn't pay my bills.
Exactly, the monkey. We're just trying to do its job, but we've got to train the monkey. And what I would like to say is, for me, standing here today, to have people like Andy, myself, or people that you're working with, I say be supported, have someone carry you, have someone help you go through the challenges that go through learning things, whether it's in your business, whether it's working with me, or whatever it is. I see smart people every day embrace support, coaching, mentorship and training, and I see stupid people not. So I know the side of the fence I want to be on. Work with people, even if you're not, even if it's a friendship with someone that you believe in, talk to them, go through what it is that you want to do. Is it empowering? Does it make a difference? So, let me share with you how I can help you. Take a deep breath, because I need it too. Smile, give your buddy a little pat. Okay. Can I show you, have I got time to show a quick video? Just a couple of minutes? Okay, I won't show the video. We've got 1 minute.
You can run it afterwards.
I'll run it after if you want to see it. I run a training program called Superstar Speaker Training, and I'm joining up with Andy and Rob to run this program through in a day. And this is some people that did their speaker training, and I can show it to you. And if you're interested, I can email you some stuff, and I've got a whole lot of stuff I can send you. If you want some help with your sales and your team development, motivation, strategy, I can talk to you about that. And if you're interested, I have here, yes, I want to supercharge my sales fact finder. which you can come and get off me, which talks about behaviours and beliefs around selling and business building, and a series of simple questions that, if answered, you will very quickly find out it's not the market, it's you. So there's always a way, right? You can come and get one of those, and being you, I'm having a joke, by the way, because we're all learning and growing. It's called the Why You Are So Beautiful Fact Finder. It's called the Why. Yes, I want to supercharge my sales. Do you want one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, there you go, right there. See, easy. Okay, business sales success training. We talk about why your customers really buy from you. They don't buy because you've got the best technology. They buy because there's something you fix for them. And it's very common in business that business people do not know this. And we go to flesh it out. Upgrade your philosophy so you can get better sales results. Get clear on your vision, your why, your sales goals. We go through the latest in sales training. We get to work on your client building and profit planning. We develop a sales action plan so we can really work on doubling your sales. And ongoing focus support, problem solving, motivation, and pushing and all that great stuff that comes with it. But bottom line, you get the point. I'm here to help if you want to talk further. Within a day of putting on a program, it's a full day live skills development workshop on how to increase your sales through speaking. Pretty cool, hey? Now, this one day is going to be running on the 22nd of March up here in Brisbane at In a Day office. Yep. Some of the things we're going to go through are your mindset mastery around fear, really empowering you to be very, very powerful at the front of the room. We're going to uncover your unique self and have you be able to share your story. Because as speakers, would it be helpful to share a story? There's a saying in speaking which is, no one can resist a good story. And we build a lot of trust and relationship with people when we as speakers show our vulnerability and be real, because we're all going through it, right? I call it being with your audience. Has anyone ever been in an event and they're on you as opposed to with you? It's a big difference. We're going to talk about and learn how to structure a powerful presentation. I have developed a script structure that you can use for a 30-minute up to a full day presentation, and you can literally fill in the blanks as a start, or you can fill in the blanks and expand it. And that will help you put your full presentation together. The 20 keys to being a standout speaker, how to present at networking groups and get clients and sales. We do a lot more work around this in the actual workshop. How to ask for the business. Would that be helpful? And how to practice and perfect your script and presentation, because you actually present in the workshop. That'll be fun, won't it, Carly? Hey? So everyone does a 10-minute presentation. And then we'll also how to get your speaking timing right so you are on time, like I just was 2 minutes ago. How to build massive value so they want to work with you. How to get your own speaking engagements, and actually how to run your own event. I'll give you some checklists on that. And you get these different preparation documents that you fill in, which is your script, why you want to be a speaker, what your passion is, what events do you want to speak at, what do you want to offer. It is a very simple process, but it has you gain clarity. Would clarity be helpful? Very good. Okay. And what else? We decided that we want to determine whether it is right for you. So it is by application only. And we're only going to be taking about 6 people. I think we've got a couple already. If you're interested, I can give you one of these flyers. Yes, I want to become a superstar speaker and presenter and share my passion. There are 10 questions on the back. You can just tick yes or no. Give me your card, fill this in, and if you're interested, come and talk to me at the end, and then we'll have a more formal chat and just determine whether it's right for you. We'll go through the money stuff and check in. Would that be helpful? Okay. Does anyone want one of these right now while I've got them in my hand? Yes, sir? Anyone? This is not a contract or anything. You're not committed to giving me money. Okay, if anyone else wants one, come and see me. Yes, of course you can have one, Jennifer.
Oh, I haven't got one.
And you can have one too, Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got one? Okay. So come and get one up here. Come and talk to me. All right. And what I decided, Andy, I didn't tell you. Anyone who does do the workshop, I've got a 2-hour audio program which goes through how to present yourself at meetup groups, the mindset, the script, the explanation. I'll give you that as a little gift, and I'll also help you prep your documents, which we can do over the phone or Skype, so you're nice and prepared. Any questions? And again, I'm here at the end hanging out. If you want to come and talk to me, clarify anything, swap cards, talk further. I have a question for all of you. Are you guys good? Happy? Yeah? All right. My question for you guys are the question of why. Has anyone never heard the question of why? Yeah? It's a very cool thing. I really like it. And it says, why are people waiting for you, Jennifer, to provide them with the solutions to what they need? And why is it, Jenny, that you're able to provide the value and be of service to your ideal clients? And why is it, Beverly, that you're willing to do the work and keep going until you fix it all? Why are you all willing to be courageous in the example to others and show them the way? Why are you determined to push and go past the monkey minds, fears and lies that it does to all of us? And go be successful in however you see success. And why is it that you know that you can do, be and have anything that you desire, and all the answers are within you? Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure being with you today.
Thank you very much, Trevor. I think certainly Trevor's passion for speaking shines out through that. I think we can all agree with that. I attended Trevor's workshop earlier in the year. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed it, got a lot out of it. And as Trevor said, we've partnered together with Trevor and in a day, we're working with him to do this speaker sales training workshop. So if any of you are interested in that, follow up with Trevor or follow up with me. You can contact anyone else in this group through Meetup, if Meetup is up and running. And that's one great aspect of Meetup. You can go back later and go, I spoke with someone at that event, I can't really remember their name. You can look and see who attended and you can message them online. So keep that in mind. So from today, if nothing else, get that script, fill it in, practice it with your partner, with your pet, with whatever. I think
Pets are always good.
yeah.
They always listen.
I think, and they don't heckle too much usually. So I think you'll agree that practicing that a little bit can have a significant impact on when you're dealing with people in groups and one-on-one. So take that away, and I encourage you to do that. If you're wanting to get some more and learn some more about developing that, follow up with Trevor or myself. We're a little over time. Sorry for that. Trevor and I will not be lurking. We will be hanging around. And we'll probably pay that video a little bit as well. So I'm conscious people have got lives and businesses and pets to get back to. Feel free to hang around if you'd like to. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. I'm here if you want to come have a chat. Might even now put some music on.
Could do that.
Yeah. Okay, so come and get one up here. Come and talk to me. All right. And what I decided, Andy, I didn't tell you. Anyone who does do the workshop, I've got a 2-hour audio program which goes through how to present yourself at meetup groups, the mindset, the script, the explanation. I'll give you that as a little gift, and I'll also help you prep your documents, which we can do over the phone or Skype, so you're nice and prepared. Any questions? And again, I'm here at the end hanging out. If you want to come and talk to me, clarify anything, swap cards, talk further. I have a question for all of you. Are you guys good? Happy? Yeah? All right. My question for you guys are the question of why. Has anyone never heard the question of why? Yeah? It's a very cool thing. I really like it. And it says, why are people waiting for you, Jennifer, to provide them with the solutions to what they need? And why is it, Jenny, that you're able to provide the value and be of service to your ideal clients? And why is it, Beverly, that you're willing to do the work and keep going until you fix it all? Why are you all willing to be courageous in the example to others and show them the way? Why are you determined to push and go past the monkey minds, fears and lies that it does to all of us? And go be successful in however you see success. And why is it that you know that you can do, be and have anything that you desire and all the answers are within you? Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure being with you today.
Thank you very much, Trevor. I think certainly Trevor's passion for speaking shines out through that. I think we can all agree with that. I attended Trevor's workshop earlier in the year. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed it, got a lot out of it. And as Trevor said, we've partnered together with Trevor and in a day, we're working with him to do this speaker sales training workshop. So if any of you are interested in that, follow up with Trevor or follow up with me.
Show me what you can do. Show me what you can do.